Have you ever looked up at the moon, our silent cosmic companion, and wondered what secrets might be veiled on its hidden side? A place humanity cannot see from Earth. A realm bathed not in darkness but in mystery. And then, something happened. A probe launched by an international collaboration, equipped with next-generation sensors and ultra-high-resolution imaging systems, made contact with something on the far side of the moon. Not just dust, not just rock, but something unexpected. It transmitted back nearly 20 gigabytes of raw data, images, scans, heat maps, before going completely silent. And when that information was analyzed, what they found sent shockwaves through the global scientific community. Declassified just recently, these images are now accessible to the public, and what they reveal is nothing short of bizarre. Scattered fragments resembling mechanical wreckage, anomalous heat signatures, inexplicable shapes etched into the regolith. Some suggest broken architecture, while others believe it might be ancient debris, or something else entirely. But this is where it gets truly fascinating. Enter Grok 3, one of the most advanced artificial intelligence systems ever designed for deep space data interpretation. Created to detect correlations beyond human perception, Grok 3 was fed decades of lunar research, photographs, seismic data, magnetic readings, radiation levels, and mineral surveys from NASA, ESA, CNSA, and more. What it uncovered might keep you up at night. Grok 3 identified something deeply unsettling, patterns in the data that suggest we've misunderstood the moon's far side for decades. These aren't baseless theories. These are findings built on hard data. From radiation anomalies to seismic disturbances, from thermal fluctuations to strange mineral compositions, the far side of the moon tells a very different story than the one we see lighting up our night sky. The moon isn't symmetrical, and it never has been. Scientists have long known that the far side has a thicker crust, fewer lava plains, called maria, and exhibits unusual gravitational and magnetic behavior. But until now, no one had connected these dots in a way that made sense. Grok 3 did. By overlaying heat maps with radiation spikes, and comparing them to magnetic anomalies and seismic events, the AI unearthed a repeating pattern, an unseen structure in the data itself. Not a physical structure, but something deeper, a mathematical fingerprint, hinting at regions of the moon that defy our current geological models. One location, in particular, stood out: the South Pole-Aitken Basin, a colossal impact site spanning over 2,500 kilometers wide and 13 kilometers deep. Grok 3's pattern recognition flagged this region repeatedly. Beneath its surface lies a mystery mass, a region far denser than anything surrounding it. Some theorize it's the remnants of a massive metallic asteroid. But Grok 3's calculations suggest another possibility, one we're not yet prepared to face. When thermal anomalies, magnetic readings, and mass concentrations align so precisely, something is clearly happening beneath the surface that challenges everything we thought we knew. Cut to interview, Dr. Sarah Johnson, planetary geophysicist. These aren't random blips. These are persistent, measurable, and repeatable anomalies. The fact that AI found connections we've overlooked for decades is a wake-up call for the entire scientific community. Narrator. Music swells softly. The moon doesn't generate its own magnetic field, yet patches of intense magnetism dot the far side. These magnetic hotspots are so powerful in some areas that they interfere with instruments, another piece of the puzzle. And temperature? The moon's surface swings from 127 degrees Celsius in daylight to 173 degrees Celsius at night. But Grok 3 noticed something wrong with the timing and depth of these swings on the far side. Cycles that don't follow predicted models, suggesting buried material or energy sources acting as. Dr. James Carpenter, ESA Lunar Research Lead. Interview segment. In light of recent findings, we are actively reconfiguring our mission architecture. These aren't just small adjustments, we're talking about an entirely new framework for lunar exploration. The insights generated by Grok 3 push us beyond conventional thinking. The AI hasn't just uncovered problems, it's given us a new lens through which to design our future systems. A smarter approach, a safer strategy, a deeper purpose. In the wake of Grok 3's revelations, the global space community is mobilizing. A new wave of lunar missions, each more ambitious and data-driven than the last, is preparing to descend upon the enigmatic far side of the Moon. These are not ordinary expeditions. China's Chang'e 6 and Chang'e 7 will venture into uncharted territories, deploying advanced sample return technology and autonomous landers capable of drilling beneath the surface. NASA's Viper rover, short for Volatiles Investigating Polar Exploration Rover, is set to explore the South Pole's eternally shadowed craters, places where sunlight has not touched for billions of years. Scientists believe these darkened regions could harbor frozen water, trapped gases, or unknown compounds unlike anything we've catalogued before. Russia's Luna 25 is re-entering the lunar race, this time with sensors recalibrated to hunt for Grok-identified anomalies, specifically regions showing unusual thermal and seismic signatures. And Japan's LUPEX probe, in collaboration with India's ISRO, will bring precision drilling to suspected zones of magnetic instability, zones that Grok flagged for their unpredictable interactions with electromagnetic fields. But here's the question no one can ignore. What exactly are these anomalies? To the trained eye, they might be explained away, radioactive isotopes from ancient meteor strikes, or natural underground cavities once carved by lava. Perfectly rational answers. But Grok 3's analysis complicates that simplicity. Its findings don't suggest randomness. They suggest patterns, coordinated alignments of energy readings, mineral distributions, and gravitational distortions. It's as if the Moon's far side is whispering a coded message through physics and chemistry. Some scientists propose the presence of trapped solar wind, particles embedded in lunar rock over eons, interacting in strange ways beneath the crust. Others speculate on subsurface lava tubes, vast hollow tunnels carved long ago by volcanic activity, now shielded from time. These tubes may be hiding pockets of exotic materials or remnants of geologic processes no longer active on the Earth. And then, there are the more radical hypotheses. Some researchers, still on the fringes of mainstream science, argue we may be looking at evidence of a colossal planetary impact. An event so ancient and so violent that it scattered alien minerals and dense alloys beneath the Moon's crust. Materials that don't match the composition of the Earth or any known meteorite. But perhaps the most unsettling theory doesn't come from geology. It comes from the edge of our collective imagination. A growing number of voices, scientists, whistleblowers, and high-ranking officials, now entertain the possibility that we're seeing the footprints of an external intelligence. Not in the form of radio signals or alien spacecraft, but in structures. Geometric depressions. Obscured formations. Thermal patterns that hint at intentionality, not chaos. They ask, what if the far side of the Moon was never meant to be seen? What if it's always been facing away from Earth, for a reason? Dr. Mei Zhang, lunar archaeometry specialist. Interview segment. There are moments in science when the data doesn't align with your expectations. Grok 3 has given us not anomalies, but provocations. It dares us to look deeper,